Good evening, everyone. Welcome you to this 8th session of Synergy Talks 2020. Today we have the guest speaker, Mr. Bhavin Shah, the chairman of the school, Mr. Sandipan Reddy, the coordinator of the school, Mr. Tushar Joshi, and the host of today's evening are students from grade 7, Ms. Shivani Murkute and Ms. Ridhima Sangle. Thank you all. Over to you, Shivani.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, one and all. I am Ms. Shivani Murkute and my friend Ms. Ridhima Sangwe welcomes you to the 8th session of Synergy Talks 2020. As you all know, because of the COVID-19 or coronavirus, we all are at home. Many schools and colleges have been closed from last 2 months and the actual teaching interactions has been stopped. But the school, Synergy National School, never defeats in any situation. According to this, our school inaugurated Synergy Talks. With these sessions, the school organized virtual teaching and learning. So that's why we students are connected and our learning is going on. We really meet many experts in different fields and attend their sessions. And today we have a grand opportunity to meet Honorable Mr. Bhavin Shah, sir. So I heartily welcome you, sir, in our Synergy family. And also with the chief guest, one of our inspiration, motivation, of course, Mr. Sandipan Reddy, sir, the chairman of Synergy National School. Then a lady who is said to be inspire students, motivation and guidance, Mrs. Bhavika Shah ma'am, principal of Synergy National School. And our source of energy and knowledge, Mr. Tushar Joshi sir, coordinator of Synergy National School. I welcome you all in this session and also I welcome all the students and teachers. Now next, I'm going with the introduction of our chief guest. Mr. Bhavin Shah sir was born and brought up near a town in Nashik. For engineering, he went to KKW COE in Nashik and after joined his first job in Pune. He went in Yahoo Mail, which is the biggest company of messaging in the whole wide world. So now he moved to USA and worked to improve stability and security of the system. सर, सर्वात आधी मी तुम्हाला प्रश्न विचारू इच्छिते की आपले बालपण कुठे गेले व आपले उच्च व माध्यमिक शिक्षण कुठे झाले?
हॅलो एव्हरीवन, माझं नाव भाविन शाह आहे. मी जसं शिवानीने इंट्रोडक्शनमध्ये सांगितलं, माझं बालपण एक टाउन आहे मालेगाव म्हणून नाशिक डिस्ट्रिक्टमध्ये, तिकडे गेलं, नॉर्थ महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आहे. तर आज सध्या हा कोविड-19 कोरोना व्हायरस सगळं सुरू आहे. तुम्ही जर न्यूज फॉलो करत असाल तर मालेगाव इज वन ऑफ द रेड झोन्स. माझं जन्म आणि शिक्षण अप टू 12th इकडेच झालं आहे आणि सध्याही मी आत्ता इकडेच आहे, कारण की कोरोना व्हायरस या सगळ्या गोष्टीमुळे मी आत्ता जाऊ शकलो नाही परत US ला. तर 12th पर्यंत मी इकडे होतो मालेगावमध्ये. मालेगावमध्ये एक फार चांगली मराठी माध्यमात शिकवणारी स्कूल आहे, ZPKV, झुंपरलाल पन्नालाल काकाणी विद्यालय. त्याच्यात माझं शिक्षण झालं. त्याच्यानंतर मी इंजिनिअरिंग घेण्याचा ट्राय केला आणि त्याच्यासाठी म्हणून मी नाशिक इथे शिफ्ट झालो आणि तिकडे KK वाघ म्हणून एक इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज आहे, तिकडे ऍडमिशन घेतलं.
थँक्यू सर.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मी विचारते की सर, शाळेत किंवा कॉलेजमध्ये आपले आवडते शिक्षक कोण होते व त्याच्या मागचे कारण काय?
तर माझे 2-3 चांगले, म्हणजे 2-3 असे फेवरेट टीचर्स होते. मी त्याच्यापैकी एक टीचर होते ते इंग्लिशचे होते, एक मॅथ्सचे होते. तर त्या दोघांबद्दल विशेष गोष्ट ही होती की ते फार विनोदी होते आणि त्यांचा होल्ड फार, they had really good hold on their subjects, right? So when they used to teach their subjects, ते फक्त त्यांचा अभ्यासक्रमापुरतं शिकवणार नव्हते. ते आम्हाला they would explain why things are like that. तो ते होतं आणि they would also discuss current affairs, general knowledge. So that way it was very enriching to learn from them. And one more teacher I would like to call out was Mr. Pathak. So ते आमचे सायन्सचे टीचर होते आणि he would always encourage us to get interested in science, do small experiments. So that was really good about him.
सर तुमच्या स्कूल लाईफ किंवा कॉलेज लाईफ मधला एखादा एक्सपिरियन्स जो आम्हाला इन्स्पायर मोटिवेट करतो असा शेअर कराल का?
Sure. I'll share two incidences. पहिला इन्सिडेन्स 12वीच्या एक्झामचा आहे. तर 12वीचा फिजिक्सचा एक एक्झाम होती आणि त्याच्यामध्ये एक प्रॉब्लेम आला होता. इट वॉज नॉट अ थिअरॉटिकल क्वेश्चन, इट वॉज प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चन. तर त्यावेळेस आणि तो क्वेश्चन वॉज नॉट इन एनी क्वेश्चन बँक ऑर सच लाईक दॅट. इट वॉज काइंड ऑफ आउट ऑफ सिलेबस. तर पेपर झाला, मी तो अटेम्प्ट केला आणि नंतर मी घरी आलो आणि मी मागे पुढे होतो त्यावेळेसच माझ्या फिजिक्सच्या टीचरचा फोन घरी आला आणि त्यांनी माझ्या मम्मीशी बोलले आणि ते म्हणाले की आय एक्सपेक्ट ओनली भाविन टू हॅव सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन इन द होल क्लास. तर ही जस्ट वॉन्टेड टू टॅली इफ द आन्सर वॉज राईट. So that way, I mean, it was really inspiring for me that my teachers believed so much in me. So that was one incident. And another was from 9th standard. So जेव्हा मी 9वीत होतो त्यावेळेस नुकताच आमच्याकडे MCC, महाराष्ट्र कॅडेट कॉर्प्स अशी कन्सेप्ट सुरू झाली होती आणि इट वॉज कंपल्सरी. एव्हरीबडी हॅड टू बी डुईंग ऑल दोज परेड्स अँड स्टफ. But त्यावेळेस I was not very physically active person. So मला it was very difficult time for me to do all those exercises and parades. So I was actually lagging behind. But I tried with my friends after the timings were over, and one day I got selected for a parade. So that was really inspiring. That really put a lot of confidence in myself.
That's amazing, sir. Thank you.
ओके, सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दॅट सर आपलं फिजिक्स सब्जेक्ट खूप स्ट्रॉंग आहे, मग त्याच्या मागचं सिक्रेट काय, त्याच्याबद्दल काय तुम्ही आम्हाला स्टडी टिप्स देऊ शकता?
फिजिक्स बद्दल मी असं सांगेन की फिजिक्स इज व्हेरी प्रॅक्टिकल सब्जेक्ट. One shouldn't look at physics with only theoretical point of view. It is very important that you learn the concepts of physics. It is not very difficult. Whatever concepts that you learn or whatever laws of physics are there, right? Those laws of physics are all around you, right? So you should try to understand the concept, maybe observe them in your practical life, maybe perform some small experiments. There are many experiments that you can perform just with whatever you have at home. You don't need, I won't say everything can be done at home, but there are many small experiments just so that it gives you more understanding. And I'm pretty sure if you want to do more, your school staff will encourage you and they will open up their labs also, right? So
Great. Yes.
Sir,
sorry Shivani. So my advice is try to learn the concepts. And also there are a lot of problem solvings, right? Just don't read up stuff, just don't read up theory, do more problem solving also. That will, because problems in theoretical there are ways somebody can cut your marks if you forgot some points to be written. But if it is a problem to be solved and if your answer is correct, you are going to get full marks. Yeah, so go ahead, Shivani.
सर आपण सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर बनायचं हे कधी ठरवलं व तुम्हाला प्रेरणा कुठून मिळाली?
ओके, सो हे फार इंटरेस्टिंग आहे. मी 12th पर्यंत एकदाही कम्प्युटर यूज केलेलं नाहीये किंवा मी टच सुद्धा केलेलं नाहीये कम्प्युटर. पण तरी मी कम्प्युटर इंजिनिअरिंग घेतलं. तर ऍक्च्युली 12th पर्यंत आय वॉज गुड इन फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री अँड मॅथ्स अँड आय वॉज ऑलवेज इंटरेस्टेड इन दोज सब्जेक्ट्स. But so I knew if I get good marks and if I'm getting a good college, I'm going to go for engineering. Now, in engineering, there are several branches. So there my mother guided me she told me that computer engineering is a very upcoming subject. So you should probably try doing that. So I took her advice, and also I felt computer engineering was more relaxed job. That was wrong. It is a very difficult job as a software developer also. But that time I didn't know much. I had never used computer, right? So I just took computer engineering, and while doing computer engineering, there are several subjects there too. So we were taught programming. Programming is basically writing small code. Code is a smaller version of software. So that time I learned coding and programming. So when I learned that, it developed my interest a lot in that field. And that is how then I went into software development.
सर सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर बनण्यासाठी कशा प्रकारची तयारी करावी लागते, जसं की सिलेबस, कालावधी व त्यामधल्या अपॉर्च्युनिटीज बद्दल काही सांगा.
Software developer, basically software developer are writing programs, right? They are developing all these softwares, right? But all those software developers, they have a really good background in maths. If you want to do really good software development, if you want to become one of the best, it is very good if you have a good background in maths, because maths you can develop the logic based on that. Now, if you have that, that is good, but it's not necessary that only those people can become software, right? If you want to learn software development, you can take online course. Of course, having college degree can help, but you can do nowadays there are many online courses also, Khan Academy, Byju's and all that, right? You can do those. You can read some books. I mean, if you want to learn Java, you can read Thinking in Java. One of the first book of programming that came on in 1970, it was The Art of Programming. And it is still considered one of the best. It is 50 years ago, but it is still considered one of the best. If you want to read, you can read that. So, but main thing is for a software developer, you have to learn coding and programming. Okay. And you have to practice that.
Okay.
Sir, what is the difference between a software developer and a software engineer?
So, software developer and software engineer, these terms are used interchangeably. Sometimes it's the same person, but the difference that I can say is when you earn a degree or a qualification, you get a degree of software engineer or engineering, right? But when you are applying for a job, so job posting might say we need a software developer. This role requires a software developer or a software engineer. So there is no such difference as such. It is just maybe a degree that you earn and the role that you perform.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
सर क्वालिफिकेशन सोबतच इतर अशी कोणती स्किल आहे जी आपल्याला सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर बनण्यासाठी गरजेची असते?
I would say there are two skills which are very important. One thing is communication skill. You must have really good communication skill, because software, you are working in a collaborative environment. It is though you are working on your computer, but there are many other people also working on your team. So it is very important that you communicate well with your team and also with your client, because software is ultimately developed for a client. There could be 10 people using a software or 1 billion people using a software. So you need to be able to communicate well, so you need to understand their requirements well, and you need to also communicate, tell them that this is how to use a software, because not always software requirement comes from the client. So it is an evolving field, right? So there are better software coming, and you have to sell it to people to use a better software.
Okay.
So that is one skill. And another skill I would say is learning on the job. So it's not that you get a computer engineer degree or you read 1 or 2 books and you're done for life. Software engineering, it is changing very rapidly. So when I did my engineering, we were just taught C and C++ programming. And I used that for next 2 or 3 years in my job, but I never used it. I rarely use it now. Now mostly after that, I was using Java as a programming language. But even that is going away. And even in Java, there are so many versions. Currently, Java 13 is there. When I started programming in Java, there was Java version 4. So there are all these new features and technologies that are coming. So it is very important that you learn on the job. So these two skills, I would say, that can really help well to become a good software engineer: communication skill and learning on the job.
ओके.
सर नवीन सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलप करत असतानाची प्रोसेस काय असते व नेमका किती वेळ लागतो?
ओके, सो सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपमेंट मध्ये कसं असतं की इट्स नॉट अ व्हेरी सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपमेंट इज नॉट अ व्हेरी ट्रेडिशनल इंजिनिअरिंग प्रोसेस. It's a different development process because in traditional engineering, if you are building a house, जर तुम्हाला घर बांधायचं असेल तर तुम्हाला रॉ मटेरियल आणायला लागतं आणि तुम्हाला माहिती असतं, जनरली ऍक्सेप्टेड असतं की एवढं रॉ मटेरियल लागेल आणि त्याच्याने यू कॅन बिल्ड दिस बिल्डिंग. बट software development is actually a work of art, because sometimes you produce little bit of you just write small program and you can do a lot. So what goes into estimating it, what goes into creating it is a little bit of estimation process. Now it is so as you gain experience, you get better at estimating. So when you are creating a new software, there are various people which are involved. First thing is you have a project manager. A project manager is the external facing person. That person is actually talking to clients or talking to other teams, so that software, and that person will gather all the requirements about what the software needs to be done. Then there are product managers. Those people, they develop a schedule and they develop what features will go in what software release. And then there are software developers, people like us who actually write programs, and then these programs are bundled as a software and that goes into it. So first, so these 3-4 types of people get involved: project managers, product managers, software developers. There are software testers also, which actually test whatever software was required or asked by the client. Is your software up to mark to their expectations? So software testers are also involved. So first you gather the requirements. First you talk to client, understand their requirements. Then you prepare a document and you circulate among all of these people. These people then they will build a prototype. Sometimes they build a small prototype and try to just validate whatever they are doing is right. Once they are confident, then they will build the whole software, and then testing happens. And after testing certifies the product is good, it goes to it is delivered to the clients.
ओके सर, जनरली एक प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करण्यासाठी किती वेळ लागतो?
Okay, so it depends, right? Like I said, I mean, there are no fixed rules as such, but because software can be developed for a neighborhood kirana store, or you can develop it for online banking system, right? So there could be big or small softwares or small softwares. So what we normally do is, if there is a big software, we break it down in small projects. And different companies do it differently. Even in a company, if a big company is there, different teams do it differently. So my team, we try to do one feature of the project, like do small project in 2 weeks. Some people do in 1 week. Some people do it in 3 months. So it depends mostly on the companies and teams' preferences. But you can say people try to do it in small. Even if the project is good, nobody delivers after 1 year. They try to deliver in smaller chunks, and then because that helps them understand if there is a problem, that they can understand it beforehand.
Sir, what type of software did you develop and what preparations are needed?
Okay. So I have total now 15, 16 years of experience. I have worked on many projects, but right now I'm developing a project or software which is going to run on thousands of machines together. And you know, right? I work in Yahoo Mail, and we get about 6 billion messages every day. So our team manages all those messages in our systems, and we have to do processing for them. So I am writing a software which is going to run on thousands of machines at a time. And there are various challenges, right? If you when you run a software on a single machine versus when you are running it on thousands of machines. So if they are like if like 10 people are talking together, how do you coordinate? It's like that, right? You have to coordinate between them. So there are various challenges in this project. So I have to read. There are other people also who have worked on similar projects. So I have to read from their work. There are books out there on distributed programming. I have to read that, and I have to learn about which new technologies are better suited for this kind of project. So I have to learn that also. So it's like that.
धन्यवाद सर. नक्कीच जे काही आपलं हे मार्गदर्शन आमच्या विद्यार्थ्यांना होतं ते नक्कीच कुठेतरी एक छान सुरुवात त्यांच्या करिअरची होणार आहे. बट ऍज अ करिअरच्या दृष्टिकोनातून साहजिकच 10वीचं वर्ष हे खूप महत्वाचं असतं आणि त्यानंतरच्या पाचवरती जर आपण गेलो तर 11th वर्ष त्यांच्यासाठी खूप महत्वाचं असतं. त्याच अनुषंगाने मागच्या 13 वर्षापासून 13 ते 15 वर्षापासून शैक्षणिक क्षेत्रामध्ये काम करत असताना सिनर्जी नॅशनल स्कूलने अप टू 10th पर्यंत एक खूप मोठा टप्पा ओलांडलेला आहे. आणि यावर्षी आपण आपली स्वतःची क्लास 11 सायन्सची बॅच आपण स्टार्ट करत आहोत सर, की ज्याच्यामध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांना आम्ही IIT, जी, नीट, NDA यासारखे कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह एक्झाम्स असतील त्यांचं पूर्ण प्रिपरेशन अगदी कोचिंग सहित आम्ही स्कूलसाठी या ठिकाणी ओपन केलेलं आहोत. आपलं फेसबुक लाईव्ह वरती सुद्धा सेशन सुरू आहे. तर जे कोणते व्ह्युअर्स असतील आपले फेसबुकचे त्यांना जर इच्छा असेल किंवा त्यांना जर त्या पद्धतीचं गायडन्स पाहिजे असेल तर ते या डिझाईन्स वरती जे क्रिएटिव्ह वरती कॉन्टॅक्ट नंबर्स दिलेले आहेत त्याच्यावर संपर्क साधू शकतात. 15 मे पासून आपली बॅच सुरू झालेली आहे. 1 महिन्याचं फाउंडेशन बॅच आपण यशस्वीरित्या पूर्ण केलेली आहे आणि त्या रेग्युलर बॅचेस आपण 15 तारखेपासून स्टार्ट केलेल्या आहेत. थँक्यू सो मच सर.
सर मी क्वेश्चन विचारते की सर एखाद्या प्रोजेक्टचं इव्हॅल्युएशन कशा प्रकारे केलं जातं?
ओके, इव्हॅल्युएशन. So there are two things to evaluate, right? When you are before you are developing, म्हणजे जेव्हा तुम्ही सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलप करणार असाल त्यावेळेस तुम्ही सगळ्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स गॅदर करतात. त्यावेळेस तुम्ही एस्टिमेट करतात की हा प्रोजेक्ट किती मोठा होऊ शकतो, राईट? तुम्ही you will want to know how many people are going to use this project, right? And you have to plan accordingly. Like, let's say if you are developing WhatsApp like software or Zoom like software, right? It will be used by billions of people. So you have to plan your software like that. So one thing is at the time of requirement gathering, you evaluate how big is your software going to be. And another way to evaluate is at the end of the software development. At that time, you can find out how much lines of code you have written, how many man hours you have put, right? Because sometimes you write very small programs, but it took a lot of effort to create that small program. So when these client or outsourcing companies bill, they bill on man hours basis. So, there are both models. Sometimes they bill on the project model also, fixed cost basis, that this project will cost this much, and the client doesn't care how many people are working on it, how much time it took for you to develop it. And sometimes if the projects are longer, they run 2, 3, 4 years, like banking software and stuff, then they are billed as per man hours, like how many people worked on the software and how much effort they have put.
Sir, there is a question from our viewers. That what, considering current level of competition, when should one start designing career path, whether it is during school level or then next level?
Yeah, the competition is actually, and especially in India, the competition is too much. But I would say the opportunities are also there. It's not that I mean the opportunities are coming are less. So don't worry too much about competition. Uh, always think what are you what are you good into, and try to work on your best points and your even what you are not good at. So try to always work on improving yourself, and then you see sometimes you decide something and you get into that field and you then realize that this is not probably my field, and you can change. This happens all the time, so don't worry too much about it. Even after 12, some people don't get choice of engineering branch or engineering college that they want. So I would say don't worry too much about all these things. Always work on improving yourself. Always acquire new skills, improve your communication skills. So because that is what ultimately helps you, and things are always changing. So you cannot say I can plan for this career and I'm always going to be this person. Maybe you will do something else tomorrow also, right? So always prepare yourself for change. There is a good saying, change is the only constant in the world. So always have that attitude. I mean, I would say from 10th onwards, focus more on what career you want to choose. Till 10th, I would suggest to treat all subjects equally, learn everything, because everything is a base for something in future.
Thank you so much,
सर
sir.
सर आपण सुरुवातीला एका स्टार्टअप मध्ये काम केले व आता याहू मेल मध्ये काम करत आहात, तर एकंदर प्रवास तुम्ही कसा एन्जॉय केला आमच्याशी शेअर करा.
खूप एन्जॉय केला. सो मी करिअरच्या स्टार्टला एका म्हणजे पुण्याच्या एका स्टार्टअपमध्ये जॉईन केलं होतं आणि आय वॉज सेकंड एम्प्लॉय, आणि ती स्टार्टअप जस्ट सुरू झाली होती, म्हणजे 15 दिवसच झाले होते. सो आय वॉज व्हेरी क्लोज टू CEO and all the management, though I was just a junior software developer at that time, but I had, because I developed good relations with them, तर एकदम एक फॅमिली सारखं एन्व्हायरमेंट होतं. आय मेड रिअली गुड फ्रेंड्स. सो या, आय थिंक माय कनेक्शन इज इट बेटर नाउ.
येस. ओके.
सो सुरुवातीला जे एक्सपिरियन्स भेटला, that way I got to know about startups a lot. That helped at that time. Then later on, I joined Yahoo. Yahoo is like a really big company. Yahoo, it is known in all corners of the world. And Yahoo Mail, when before Gmail, it was the biggest product, mail product in the world. Now it is second biggest. So Yahoo Mail, there are so many like millions of users of Yahoo Mail. So it gives you a different picture, right? When you are working in a startup, you have freedom to experiment more, and because either you don't have any users, you are developing something new, or there are very few users. So you have freedom to experiment more, and there is generally acceptable that you can fail. But when you are working in a product like Yahoo Mail, and there are millions of users, and there are millions of businesses which are using those features, the failure is not an option. You have to be very careful. Even when you are doing something, if your project is live and it is good, it has to be a high performing project. It cannot be, performance also cannot be an issue. But also in big company, you get really good luxuries. You get, all the good facilities and all. For small companies, you may not have, and especially in startups, they may not have all the resources with them, right? So you may not have really good, sometimes you may not have bad internet connection. Or when I started, my company did not even have, power backup for a long time. So we used to save power, we used to turn off AC and save power so that we can run our computers longer. So I saw those struggles also. So that created really a sense of ownership. And there was a lot of learning also, because in small companies, you don't have a lot of support staff. So if your computer is not working properly,
नाही
I have opened up my computer and try to fix the hard disk issue and stuff. Or if the internet is not working, you try to fix that also. It's your company, you feel like that. So small companies have that kind of exposure, whereas in big companies, uh, uh, you have all the support staff you need. You just raise a ticket and they come and help you out.
ओके सर, तुम्ही इंडिया आणि अमेरिका दोन्ही ठिकाणी काम केलं आहे, तर त्या दोन्ही ठिकाणचं वर्क कल्चर, कंडिशन्स, अपॉर्च्युनिटीज याबद्दल काही सांगा.
Okay. So मी सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर आणि सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपमेंट फील्डच्या दृष्टीने बोलतोय. So when you see working conditions and stuff, now in India has also improved a lot. जर तुम्ही इन्फोसिस, TCS यांचे कॅम्पसेस बघितले पुणे, मुंबई, बँगलोर इथे, they are world class facilities, right? They have all the support staff, they have really good luxuries for their employees. So working conditions for big companies in India, they are at par with what you have in US. Working culture, what I would say, there are minor differences, but it's more, I think, it's more related to how people are. In my opinion, people in India, they become more friendly at work and they spend a lot of time with but in US, really professional. Sometimes they do become personal friends also, but they don't spend as much time at work as much time people in India spend at work. So in US, people will finish their work faster and they will go home and spend more time with their families. So this is a working culture difference that I have observed. Other than that, from a software developer industry, I don't see huge differences as such.
Okay, sir.
So one question from our viewer side, that during your whole journey, who motivates you?
There are all I get motivated from my mother, my wife, my relatives, in that order, I would say. So yeah, wife, mother, other family members, they are all there helping me, motivating me to do next level. There are many times I also get आपण म्हणतो ना, आळशी होतो कधी कधी मनुष्य. तर they are the family is the thing which motivates you, and also family is important. Family is there, but there are friends are also equally important. So I have a close set of friends. We talk regularly on what is their professional journey, what is my professional journey, and they correct you also, because family sometimes don't give you point blank feedback, right? They won't give you hard feedback many a times. They would always talk good about you, but your friends, they might tell you what you are doing wrong. So friends are also there who are motivating. And if you get good managers, I have worked in 4 or 5 companies. I would say even my current manager and in couple of my previous managers, they are also good motivators.
ओके सर, थँक्यू. सर, प्रोफेशन व्यतिरिक्त आपले दुसरे इंटरेस्ट किंवा हॉबीज काय आहेत?
मला सेल्फ हेल्प म्हणजे सेल्फ इम्प्रूव्हमेंट साठी रीडिंग, करंट अफेअर्स साठी रीडिंग, तर रीडिंग एक हॉबी आहे. आणि स्पेशली इन दीज सब्जेक्ट्स लाईक करंट अफेअर्स, what is happening in my industry or what is happening in the world, reading about that. Then reading about science, what is and technology, what is happening new there. Then reading about self-improvement, and that is one thing. Then other thing I have interest in is fitness also. So I try to go to gym. I try to go to hiking. When I was in Pune, there are पुण्याच्या आजूबाजूला फार किल्ले आहेत. तर मी आणि माझ्या मित्रांनी आम्ही Farda Killanchi, we went hiking there, and US has a lot of really good trail systems. So I regularly go hiking on the trails, camping in forests. Yeah. So these are my
ओके सर सर्वात महत्वाचा प्रश्न जो की सध्या सर्व व्ह्युअर्स विचारत आहेत की मी एक सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर कसा बनू शकतो.
Okay. Software developer, एक तर बेसिकली यू विल हॅव टू लर्न प्रोग्रामिंग. तुम्हाला प्रोग्रामिंग शिकायला लागेल. प्रोग्रामिंग मी जेव्हा इंजिनिअरिंग केली त्यावेळेस आम्हाला C++ प्रोग्रामिंग शिकवत होते. तुम्हाला आता मोस्टली जावा प्रोग्रामिंग, बिकॉज दॅट इज व्हॉट इज मोस्टली यूज अँड दॅट इज द लँग्वेज ऑफ इंटरनेट. सो जावा अँड जावा स्क्रिप्ट या एक प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेजेस आहेत. तर यांचे ऑनलाईन कोर्सेसही आहेत, बुक्सही आहेत, तुम्ही त्या रेफर करा. आणि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राय टू डेव्हलप स्मॉल प्रोग्राम्स. डोंट ट्राय टू राईट बिग सॉफ्टवेअर डायरेक्टली. सो ट्राय टू डेव्हलप स्मॉल सॉफ्टवेअर्स. लेट्स से जसं आपण सुरुवात करतो लिहिण्याचं शिकतो. अगोदर वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ABCD, right? Then we learn about words, then we learn about sentences. Similarly, understand the basics of programming first. And if you can get a degree in computer engineering, that is always a good thing. But even if you don't go, or let's say you do bachelor in computer science, BCS, and related subjects, that will definitely help. But if you are not on those subjects, or if you are not in those and you still want to develop, try to learn programming, try to do small softwares, small programs. Once you do that, then you can think of developing some software. Look around you. There are many softwares, there are many that can be written, right? There are many things which we are doing in daily life. If there is a small app or there is a website, if for that, then that can help. So try to develop, try to find such use cases that you can develop and develop that. So once you have such a use case, you follow that develops your interest, right? That motivates you to learn more about programming and how to do that software.
Yes, sir. Sir, as a book reader, तुम्ही आम्हाला कोणती बुक प्रेफर कराल?
Okay. I'll mention 3-4 books. One is how 7 Habits of Effective People. So this book talks about which habits you can pick up, and so that you become an effective person. One thing is that. Another thing is how to win friends and influence people. This How to Win Friends is a very old book. This is more about how you can communicate well, and how you can work together well with others. So these two are really good in improving yourself. Then there are other books you can read. To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a old 1950s book. It's a book about how racism was there in 40s and 50s in US. It's a very good small book. It's not a very big book. You can read that. Then there was one book I had read, Tuesdays with Maury. So that was about the person, a professor who was going to die, and his students visit him each Tuesday, and they talk about some subjects. So that these books give you a different perspective in life. So I like to read such books where you get different perspective. There's something you are improving about yourself. So yeah.
सर एक क्वेश्चन आपल्या व्ह्युअर्स कडून ऍक्च्युली आलेला आहे. सर, मेंटर प्लेज अ व्हेरी क्रुशियल रोल इन इच एव्हरीवन्स लाईफ. सो तुमच्या आयुष्यामध्ये असा कोणता व्यक्ती होता की ज्याने तुम्हाला मेंटरशिप केलेली आहे किंवा त्याने त्या पद्धतीचं मार्गदर्शन आपल्याला दिलेलं आहे?
Definitely, right? My mother, she was always involved in what I was doing. So my mother is the most motivating factor. But I wouldn't say contribution of other family members is not there. Of course, my father, my sister, my wife, they have all been motivator. So uh, they are there, and as I earlier said, friends also. I have some friends which have we have been friends since 25 years now, and we discuss all the subjects. We discuss personal lives, professional lives, everything. So they are also guides. uh, so yeah, but if you want to speak one person, it is mother.
ओके सर. सर ऍज अ सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर म्हणून भारतामध्ये सध्या ऍज अ करिअर अपॉर्च्युनिटीज कशा आहेत आणि फ्युचरमध्ये ऍज अ सॉफ्टवेअर डेव्हलपर म्हणून करिअर अपॉर्च्युनिटीज कशा असतील सर आपल्याकडे भारत देशामध्ये स्पेशली?
So software development is actually, just to give you a perspective, there are three industrial revolutions that have happened, right? First industrial revolution happened in 1700s, late 1700s. It was about use of steam engine and new manufacturing processes. Then after about 100 years, second industrial revolution happened. That was about use of chemicals, fertilizers, electricity, and telephone connectivity. And third industrial revolution happened in 1970s, which is digitization. So digitization, the heart of that digitization is computers and software development, right? So, and that field, it is only 40-50 years since it has happened, right? So, and people are now talking there will be a fourth industrial revolution which will happen. But base of that will also be this current digitization. And digitization is basically on software development, right? Use whatever we see in the world. Sorry, whatever we see, it will get digitized sooner or later. So if you pick an example of earlier days, if you wanted to send someone money or give someone money, you will write a check and give it to the other person. But with software, you can just transfer it online now. So the digitization, a lot of digitization has happened, and there is huge scope of digitization yet to happen. So there are huge opportunities, not only in India, all over the world. People are talking. People are already testing automated cars. Cars will drive themselves. There won't be any driver. So it's not only that there is only hardware involved. Those cars will be driven by some computer, and there will be some software which will run that car. That testing, I have seen that testing happening in US. Someday that will come to India also, right? So there is the scope of digitization is huge. Basis of that digitization is software development. So that is also huge. You just have to be a good software developer, and you have to put in effort to be. So that opportunity is there. You have to be able to capture that opportunity.
थँक्यू सो मच सर. सर सध्याचा हा लॉकडाऊन पिरियड आहे, सगळीकडेच जगात सगळीकडे सिच्युएशन आहे. तर या लॉकडाऊनचा तुमच्या पर्टिक्युलर क्षेत्रावरती कसा परिणाम झाला आहे आणि याच्यातून बाहेर पडण्यासाठी जे फ्युचर प्रिपरेशन आपण म्हणतो ती तशी काही प्रिपरेशन आपल्याकडून होत आहे का सर?
So right. Actually, माझ्या फील्ड मध्ये कसं आहे, it's normally everyone has laptops, right? On whoever did not have laptop, companies started giving them laptop, and त्यांना सांगितलं लॅपटॉप घ्या, घरी इंटरनेट कनेक्शन घ्या आणि घरून काम करण्याचा प्रयत्न करा. सो थिंक अबाउट इट. मी 5 वर्षापासून US मध्ये आहे, US मध्ये जॉब करत आहे, पण या COVID-19च्या इश्यूमुळे मी फ्लाईटने परत जाऊ शकलो नाही, आणि मागच्या 3 महिन्यापासून आय एम वर्किंग फ्रॉम मालेगाव फॉर माय US कंपनी, राईट? सो इम्पॅक्ट has been there in our industry, but it has been minimal because our work is mostly on our and that our industry had that infrastructure so that people could work from home. Not every industry is like that. I know education industry, they have adapted nicely. Now they are conducting online classes, and people are joining using Zoom calls or other video calling technologies, and they are also adapting to it. Not every industry is like that. Let's say there is a food industry, you have to be present at the office to work on that. But in our case, our industry was always prepared for it, because we always had work from home opportunities, and companies in my industry which were not giving, they also started giving it. So impact has been very less in our industry, and yeah, people are adapting to it.
Yeah, there is a question from our viewer side, sir. So please share an incident by which you learn a big lesson in your life journey.
Okay. Couple of incidences that motivated me, right? I mentioned those earlier. Like when people give you confidence, people expect things from you. That gives you a lot of confidence that yes, my teachers believe in me, my family believes in me, or my colleagues, my manager believes in me, that this person will deliver. So these incidences, the incidents that I spoke about, a problem that came out of syllabus, problem that came in physics paper in 12th, and my teacher called my home, and he expected only me to have solved it, right? So that gave me a big boost in my morale. So that the lesson was, you have to believe in yourself, right? That was one lesson that I learned.
Thank you so much.
Sir, what message would you like to give to our students?
Hello.
Yes, Shivani, repeat your question. But Shivani, repeat your question.
Sir, what message would you like to give to our students?
Okay. So, Vidyarthi Mitrano, I would say enjoy this phase that you are going through. School life is very important, very precious, but learn also. Like you have been learning, but and don't think that learning is only for till 10th or 12th or till you get into college, you get a degree. You have to keep on learning. Learning never stops. The world is changing rapidly, and you have to always adapt to the changing world. So always have the attitude to learn. Always believe in yourself that you can do well. Always one advice that my sir gave me, one of my teacher gave me was, never have small dream. Always dream big. Having small dream is a crime, and that you may be limiting your abilities. So always dream big. This is my message to you all.
Sir, now I will give the vote of thanks. Myself, Ridhima Sangre from class 7, Synergy National School. We sincerely thank you, Mr. Bhavin Shah, sir, for making room for us in your busy schedule. We are utterly grateful for your valuable guidance. I also thank our chairman, Mr. Sandipan Reddy, sir, our principal, Mrs. Bhavika Shah, ma'am, our coordinator, Mr. Tushar Joshi, sir, and I would also thank all the teachers, students, and our viewers. A huge thank you on the behalf of Synergy National School. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It was really good talking to you all, and I hope you got something useful from this talk. Thank you for the management, Sandipan Reddy sir, Bhavika Shah ma'am, Tushar Joshi sir. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
So Bhavin, it was really wonderful to listen to your journey, and it is inspiring from Malegaon to this place, because I know I've been to Malegaon one or twice, because we also had some of our friends from the northern unit for our engineering. So Malegaon ho, Nasik ho. So good from a small town to this it's a good journey, and you have really inspired our students. So students, I think you have learned a lot from his journey, and we can take lot of takeaways from what he has gone through. So Bhavin, we have just started this as Synergy Talks की मुलांना वेगवेगळ्या क्षेत्राचा पैलू कसा आहे, कारण आपल्या वेळेस ऍक्च्युली आता याचा फायदा कोविडचा फायदा त्याच्यासाठी तर आपण करून घेऊया असं प्रिन्सिपल भाविका अँड तुषार यांचा मी जस्ट बसल्यानंतर हा थॉट प्रोसेस त्याच्यामधून आलाय. तर या संदर्भाविषयी व्हॉट इज युअर थॉट अबाउट सिनर्जी टॉक्स विषय, व्हॉट इज युअर आयडिया किंवा काय व्हॉट यू कॅन से अबाउट सिनर्जी टॉक्स?
I think it is really wonderful. I mean, the kind of opportunity students get is really wonderful, because what we went through, we had very less resources, and these students, they are lucky that they have resources, and their school is providing them a really good platform. Very honestly speaking, I haven't done a lot of public speaking. I was a little bit nervous when I had to join this. But when I saw Shivani and Ridhima, class 7 students talking so well, it relaxed me also, right? So if you are getting such an opportunity at such a young age, it's really good. I must congratulate the school management to start this, and in the crisis you come up with this. You have turned the crisis into an opportunity. It's very commendable. You should continue doing that. It not only helps your student. I mean, one thing is your student gets exposure to different fields also. What goes into behind what goes behind the scene. Like I said, when I was in 12th, I had no idea what is computer engineering, and I had not even used computer. I was lucky that I went into it. It could well have been a mistake to pick up computer engineering. I have seen people who took wrong subjects and they dropped out after computer engineering, right? So if you get behind the scenes at an earlier stage, it helps you, right?
Yeah.
Because you cannot be lucky always. So you have to be you have to learn from others' experiences, and I must congratulate you. Please keep on doing it. It's a very good initiative, and I will also watch some of these Facebook live talks, because I also don't know about all the fields, right? I think other day you had some high court advocate or judge, if I'm not wrong, right? So it's an interesting thing to know about their field also and their journey. So please, and student friends, normally what I would people in my generation would need, we would need to read biography of some person. Nowadays people don't read a lot, they do audio video. So it's better to use this mechanism. Sankshipt format मध्ये you will get lot of information. Very good initiative.
So thank you, Shivani and Riddhima. You were really awesome. You were flawless. You had the courage to ask questions to Bhavin, and to design your own questions, to learn from that. So it's all learning process. So thank you, students, for joining. So I'll hand it over to Bhavika for further these things.
Thank you so much, Bhavin sir, for encouraging and motivating our students.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
So thank you, students. We are ending this meeting now. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.